Okay, hello and welcome everybody. This is Kathryn, and this is our weekly virtual Commanding Well Circle. And I hope you're having a great week. We are winding down the year. We have one more circle before the end of the year, and it's a busy time. And I just wanted to make sure that we had a chance to connect in and give you a few minutes to just catch your breath, get grounded, connect into your greater power, get in alignment with your goals and dreams, and consciously create from that greater place. So, hello and welcome. I don't really have a program. I had this big plan, this big idea of, oh, I want to talk about this and talk about this. And I realized that it was more than what I could talk about in the circle. If you have not had a chance to join the Facebook group yet, that's where I do most of the group chat. So I'm going to put this link in here. If you have not joined the Facebook group, I am actively looking. I might start a Discord or a Substack. I'm looking for some other options because some people don't like Facebook. I understand. But the live stream is not quite the right community vibe. So just stay tuned. And I just want to mention to you too, if you're part of this group, you're automatically added to the email list so that you can receive the recordings. But in the email, if you don't want to get emails from me, all you got to do is unsubscribe. But I just want to give you a heads up, and it's simply so that I can make sure that you get the recording and any other materials that we talked about. Okay. Well, I just want to say hello to folks who have come on. Hello, Cassandra. We have Chris, Leslie, Remy, and Susan. Welcome, everybody. And let's see here. I wanted to, yeah, we've got that Facebook group. And then I always talk about this workbook. I do send this link out, but I also, the same Google file, I have a Drive file where I put, if I have any teaching materials, any files, any handouts, I make sure that it goes there. And so if you want to get your Mastering the One Command Process workbook, there's where you access the PDF through the Google Drive. Okay. We're just going to do a check-in. I really wanted today to be more about us, find out what you're thinking about, what's happening, how you're doing, and how I can support you. To me, these are the most powerful calls where we have a chance to not only, hey, how do you do the one command? What's the one command for that? But there is a magic in this space because everybody is witnessing and holding a space for your healing, for the resolution, for your new awareness, your awakening, whatever it is that you're needing help and support for. There is like this magic in the group when we come into this space together. So before I check in with everybody, I just want to let us just get aligned with one another. Some folks are still going to be signing in, but we'll just give them a space. I I think I'm going to become boring about this, but I got to unpack a whole bunch of old clothes in a size 2 sizes down from what I was wearing back in August. So it's like every day's Christmas. It's like I'm unwrapping presents to myself. And the reason I mention it is a lot of times we are taking actions, and at the time, it doesn't make sense. We go, why did I spend time learning how to build a website? Then I didn't do the website. Why did I spend time learning about this skill or that skill? And particularly if you're a healer type, we love learning about healing modalities, right? We love learning about consciousness and techniques and methodologies, but we kind of hold on to them and we want to share, but there seems to be a not yet. And I just want you to know that you are building up treasures. You're building up skills and resources so that when that moment arrives and you say, today's the day, this is my moment, I'm going to step forward, this is the day I'm going to speak, this is the day I'm going to act, this is the day I choose to receive, this is the day I set a boundary. All those skills and resources are waiting right there, like little gifts waiting to be activated. Okay, so please, I know that so many times we criticize ourselves, we see ourselves as a failure, we see ourselves as someone who doesn't take action, that somehow it's not enough or too much, all those beliefs that we tell ourselves. And I want to invite you to just reframe that so that you can say, when it's my moment, I have everything I need at the exact right time to fulfill whatever purpose I have in this moment. Just think about that idea. You already have that. You already are that you think you're trying to become. And so before we align one to another, I want you to align to that greatness, those gifts, the skills, the learning, that wisdom that already exists in you. And just close your eyes, tune into your body. And you may go, oh, I don't know. I tried it. It wasn't much. I did this or that. It's not a big deal. Other people are more. Thank you, nervous chatter. Thank you, little liar, for doing your job to protect me. Thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Even though you say terrible things, there is nothing, past, present, or future, that can stop me from loving you or knowing the truth of my love and me being loved and lovable. Thank you. Just keep being present. And I don't know how you perceive it. Like I say present, and I'm saying we have these gifts. Maybe you have this big collection of unopened gifts. Maybe you have some hidden potentials. Maybe it looks like pinpoints of light. Maybe it's just a feeling. Maybe you don't sense anything at all, but just trust it's there. But also come into alignment with why you wanted to learn those skills, why you wanted to explore those teachings. And allow that idea that's even greater than itself to arrive right here in this moment. Now, just mentally, you could just say thank you. You could say, I bless this. I bless all of these experiences and classes and trainings, programs. I bless every dollar I ever invested in my growth, in my skills. Hey, and you may not even remember everything you learned. Bless that not knowing. What do we say between knowing and not knowing? We're going to say between knowing and not knowing, let the blessings arrive. Ground into that feeling in your body, settle into it. And, you know, it's safe to say that every person on this call, and even me, maybe especially me, we have all been on that journey. And we all want to serve a greater good. We want to have a greater experience in this life. We want to have more impact, more joy, more abundance. We want to live in that flow, right? And so let's witness that one for one another. I want that for me, and I want that for you too. And right now on this live call, we have only about, I think there's only about 8 of us here today, but I know that a lot more, 40, 50, 100, 200, this will go out into the universe. This is going out into consciousness in different levels of consciousness. And we are aligning to our future selves. We're aligning to different versions of ourselves and parallel universes. And now just allow your body to relax and to expand into that greater awareness. And between knowing and not knowing, I bless this space in between. Let the blessings abound between knowing and not knowing. Let the blessings abound. Ah. Now, is the God sound, but this also is the heart sound. So go ahead and take another breath and just let there be ah. And then we're going to breathe in the blessing. And then we're going to breathe out the blessing. Make it so. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Remy saying I can't stay on. I just wanted to wish you and everyone happy holidays. I love you and thank you for all of this. And Joan saying, thank you. I needed this. I'm a collector of healing tools. I'm claiming my moment. I'm taking action now and into the future. Great commands. Thank you. Thank you. How's that feeling? We always feel like we're trying to get to that next thing, that we are uncomfortable where we are, and we got to get to that next thing to where we are, that embodiment till we can really have it. We already have it. And when we activate it, doesn't it make more sense that, hey, if we have cares and concerns, then there's a lot of concerning things happening in the world right now. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but also know that we and people like us were born for this moment. We were born for this moment. And to be that light, right? We want to be the peace that we want to see in the world. But also we are the healers and the helpers and the encouragers. We speak the truth. This is the moment that we were born for. And I think that's why this activation came through. So we're going to bless it. So I wonder, like when we go, wow, I did not plan on teaching. But, if we think about, wow, there's all these changes that give me a feeling of uncertainty and worry, and I feel fear. We could say but we could also say, hey, there's a version outside of us. That's what we are. We're all united. We are us pushed out into the world, right? And so if we could say all things are here for my good, for my growth, then what happens is we're no longer at that effect. We're not operating out of fear, but our greater self is arriving in that moment to be whatever's required in that moment. Okay. And so this has been a personal battle. I'm not, again, transparency, waking up at 4 and 5 in the morning, hearing the latest, news bite in my ear or my head exploding just like that. And I'm waking up and going, no, cancel. You have no power over my mind. You cannot have my peace and you cannot have my joy. And by affirming that, I'm really speaking to my own subconscious mind. Then now I'm seeing through a new lens. Now I'm having greater confidence. And now what is necessary, I'm starting to get the downloads and my healings, like something's like turned back on in me, and I know it's happening in you. So let's get to this. Okay, let's get through this. All right. Thank you so much. All right. So I just want to tune in. I want to try and check in with as many people as possible on how I can best support you, or how the group can best support you. A lot of times we want to just find out, hey, what's happening? And I will give you a command to support that. And that'll be the command that we use when I take the group up into our one command session. Okay. Nothing too small. There's nothing too small and there's nothing too big, but a story can get too long and complicated. Okay. So if we can kind of bring it down to the essence, and if you feel like this is something you need a lot more support on, I really would encourage you to set up a one-on-one session with me. I have the link at the end, but we can go more into depth. Just because of time, I really can't get a full understanding to give support. But also, when I work with people, I tune into, hey, what's happening? What is the lens you're looking through? But also, I can see what the belief or fear that's driving it, and then help to get that shifted and cleared so that you can come into a more resourceful, positive state of being. But then what would be the correct actions to take? So I just want to let you know that there are some things that we really can't address on here. But if you just want to say, hey, I need some help around this area, and if I need a couple of questions, I'll ask it. But we're just going to go from here. I'm going to kind of go just across on based on who I see. And I'm going to start with Chris, if you don't mind. I just want to check in with you too and see how you're doing.
Well, thank you. Actually, I'm doing really well. I was trying to think of what I might need to work on. And then I realized I really don't have anything right now.
That's good.
I'm doing pretty good, but I also have to say that what we just went through, the activations that you did, I totally needed that. So
Okay.
I'm, and when I come here, I realize that I get so much from other people, from what you say to other people and what other people say, their
Yeah.
stories. It's amazing to me that that happens. I think, yeah, I'm doing great. This, you know, don't need anything. And then next thing I know is, wow, that felt so good. And I really did need to be here. So thank you all for that.
Thank you. That's the way this works. So, but let's do this. What's something that you want to manifest? We're coming into the coming year. We could say, hey, what's something you want to, stop, remove, or improve? What's something you want to manifest in the coming year?
Well, again, it was a few months ago when I first came on. We worked with you worked with my sugar addiction a
Yeah.
little bit by switching the energy. And that has been it's been okay, but it hasn't been what I want it to be. And so now I'm kind of dealing with now the holidays, and there's just so much lovely sugar all around me that I have a hard time with it sometimes. So I guess that can always be improved on.
Okay. Which is, I'm going to give a little demonstration. This is called a swish. Okay. But which one's your like kryptonite? Like when you see it, you're going to get it. You go, I don't care. I want this. And then you're not going to stop. Right.
Well,
But
okay, this time of year, it's Christmas cookies.
Christmas
Whatever they
cookies.
are, doesn't matter if it's chocolate chip, it doesn't matter if it's sugar cookies. They're just so pretty and
Okay.
they
And so
just
you want,
speak to
uh,
me.
like, you're so beautiful. I should consume you instead of like, oh, here's a beautiful garden. Like if you went and cut all the roses off of the gorgeous rose bush, what would you have?
Thorns. Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
so I wonder what it would be like if you said, there is one cookie. I really want to enjoy the full experience, right? This is just a little makeup thing. So you're not going to deny it, but think about it as like roses or a flower garden, right? Look at this beautiful thing. But if you say, I really want to enjoy this one, when you take the cookie, a lot of times you go, I shouldn't be eating this cookie. Oh, that's good, and then like someone says, it's Christmas, enjoy. And you go, okay, because you've already failed. But if you go, I'm going to pick the best one, right, for me, I'm going to choose it, I'm going to select it. And I learned this back when I was a hypnotherapist, and I actually had a very successful weight loss program that I taught. but we're really going to enjoy it. So when you get the cookie, one, don't consume it right away. You're just going to just really look at the texture, the color, smell it, fully engage. And then just take another moment, just let yourself be in that, and then look at it again. Slow it down to where it's really ridiculous. And then smell it one more time. Ah, and take it in. Like we go, yeah, I really want to fully expose that. And I broke myself of chocolate bars this way because I just love it. And someone said, it looks almost obscene what you're doing there, but or they really would talk about how I would smell it. But then I would just really look at it, and then it's like, I'm going to take a bite, I'm going to close my eyes and just eat it as slow and really savor it. And don't take another bite until it's through. And then you go, do I want another bite? And if it's yes on every single bite, savor each and every bite so that you're completely satisfied in the full experience. Okay, that's one thing. I love it. And then, just the texture, and look how it's made. And tell me about making this cookie, right? There's this beautiful story. Oh, you should feel so proud. We do this every year, right? I have the memories. I just love this. But when you bite it, take it really slow. Okay. Then, because you've given yourself that, you haven't denied it, you go, if I want that next experience. But what happens? It's busy, there's a lot of chatter going on. Who has time for all of that? Right.
It's true.
And then you might go, oh, well, we're going to have a cookie. If you go, I'm going to sit back, I don't really have time to really enjoy that, keep the cookie. Save it until you can completely enjoy it. Okay. Then you're not denying yourself, but you've set up a new rule. Okay. So if you're going to have a slice of pie, whatever it is, I'm going to completely enjoy this, and give yourself permission, but engage as many senses as possible. And you're going to find it's like, yeah, that's a beautiful bunch of plates, but can you do with that with every cookie? No. No. But if you said, you know what? I like that kind of cookie tonight. I'm going to have some tea before bed. I'm going to have that. Give it to you. Give it to yourself. But go slow. Enjoy the tea. Enjoy the coffee. Breathe it in. Be grateful. I'm so grateful for the person that made this, right? I mean, that is love and dedication. I love them for that. Then you're like, I don't want the cookie. I want more this love experience. As kids, we're given this to be quiet and to placate ourselves, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
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 So your command would be, I don't know how I give myself permission to truly enjoy the food I eat. I only know I'm taking in the full experience in the moment now, and I am fulfilled. Isn't that lovely?
It is. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah,
I
now
just,
we're all like, let's go try it. Let's go get some cookies.
yeah.
But hey, let me know next week how that worked for you.
I
Okay.
will. Thank you. I'm definitely going to do that. It's when you get reminded of things like that, just reminds me of like mindfulness. People talk about when you sit
Yeah.
down and eat, be mindful of like don't sit in front of the TV and scarf
Yeah.
chips and stuff, but like savor every bite.
Yeah.
There's my daughter even tells she's a yoga teacher. She says chew it 31 times or 39 times. I forget how many,
Hmm.
30 something. I'm like,
Yeah.
God, I don't think there'll be anything left to it, but
Yeah.
okay, I'll
I was
try
taught
it.
21, but really, if you just like and it's just even enjoying the dissolving, right?
Yeah.
You want to be completely in the experience. And
Yeah.
then you may or may not want another one, but at least you won't be grabbing and sneaking and then waiting for punishment and have all that weird thing. Okay.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to try that. Thank you. That does bring back a lot of, reminders of things that I've heard before, but, you know, life happens. You forget.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
All right. Let's unpin it. I'm going to connect in with Leslie is popping up on the next one. Let's see. You don't have to show on camera, but if you could unmute yourself for a second. She may be working and listening to us. Leslie, I'm going to come back to you. All right. Next is Susan. Oh, maybe she's not. I think I know some people kind of are working and listening at the same time. Joan, I'm going to come back to you. I want to connect in with Sharon right quick. There we go. Is it okay, Sharon? Is it okay if I read what you wrote?
Sure.
Okay. Everybody can read it here, but I want to read it for the video. I'm in stuck mode, stuck in weight loss, stuck in producing business, start to open up and then you pull back. Okay. So that's how you're keeping yourself safe, right? This is what fear is. It's fear-based. And this is a time that we're wintering. We're kind of entering winter and it's more internal, but we still got to produce, right? We still got to make some things happen. But what stops us from even like, I'm going to be in the moment. Okay, I need to go a little deeper. I need to be more focused. We criticize ourselves and we start saying, I'm stuck. I should work harder. I'm not trying hard enough, right? And it builds up and that creates resistance. Does that feel true when I say that?
I'm not, I've never subscribed to the like safe mode of, especially around weight loss.
Mm-hmm.
I know obviously negative self chatter
Mm-hmm.
is up resistance, and I'm a big one for that. So,
So, it's not moving at all, or it's slowed way down, or what's happening?
well, no, I'll move forward in business. I'll get, several people interested, and then it's just a stop, everything stop. Nobody says no, nobody says yes.
Okay.
If
And that
my
happens
weight,
with your weight loss too, right?
I lost 40 pounds this year, which I'm thrilled about. But I keep going up now. For 2 months, I go up and down the same 2 pounds.
Okay.
So I'm just literally stuck.
Okay. So your body and your business are acting the same way. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to teach you a 4-part statement. I don't have the doc format for it, but I will have it in the Google file and I'll send it to you. But just kind of repeat this phrase after me. And we're going to intentionally get yourself stuck more because you're in a repeating pattern. Think about it like a song that gets stuck in your head, right? And you go, oh my gosh, that chorus or that line, stop it. And then it's like that earworm. The cure to getting a song out of your head is to sing the last line. Okay. So we are going to complete the cycle. We're going to sing the last line. Okay. Figuratively. So without judgment, we're just going to tell the truth, because if we try to like do affirmations and go, I am freely flowing, growing and growing and improving day by day, there's that part of you that goes, liar, liar, right? Now with the one command, it can pause it, but what we actually want to address is the aspect of our identity that needs that program resolved. We want to get that song out of our head. We want to get that program out. We want to break the loop. So we're going to state it the way it's happening, okay? And the way we think about it. All right. So if you go, well, I want to, 2025 is my year. I'm going to do a whole bunch. Unconsciously, you're going to hustle your butt off. You're going to get a lot of people that say yes, maybe say no, maybe later, and you don't quite ever get to the thing. And so it starts resisting, and it starts actually suppressing your efforts. And then even your reticular activating system goes, well, don't bother looking for people. It's only going to go so far. Okay. So here's what we're going to say. I am stuck. And repeat after me. Everybody, you can do it with me. There's some area you're stuck. I am stuck. So repeat that out loud.
I am stuck.
And I'm going to be stuck.
and I'm going to be stuck.
And I'm going to do everything in my power to stay stuck.
And I'm going to do everything in my power to stay stuck.
The attitude you want with that is, fuck you, I'm staying stuck. Okay, that's the energy you want to bring to that. So I'm going to do everything in my power to stay stuck.
Okay.
And then if I were working with someone, we might have talked and said, I'm going to do this and this and this. So I would just add, and you don't have to repeat it, I'm going to attract uncommitted customers. I'm going to work with low energy excuse making losers. I'm going to do whatever it takes to keep my weight at this certain level, and no one's going to stop me, right? So you could actually add in whatever your experience is. That's just a little side teaching, okay? So I'm just going to keep attracting these people that won't say yes or no, right? In the Bible, it says, hey, if you got lukewarm water in your mouth, you're going to spit it out if it's not hot or cold. So I want hot and ready clients. That's what you want. But you've got these lukewarm clients. So I'm going to just keep attracting them. Then you're going to say, and you can repeat this part, and I'll do all this and more.
And I'll do all this and more.
Until I no longer need to be stuck.
Until I no longer need to be stuck.
Take a deep breath. Now your brain goes, what? I don't need to be stuck. I need to make money. I need to get healthy. What are we doing? But also it says, until I no longer need it. And it knows on some level you need that stuckness, right? Until I no longer need it. So your brain opens up and it goes, well, what do I actually need? So remember I said lukewarm customers? Your metabolism's not hot enough either, right? So tune in to your feelings and we go, until I no longer need it. Everybody, you can do this too. Check in with wherever you feel stuck. It could be in your head, your throat, your heart, your belly. However you feel and experience that stuckness. And just ask yourself, if I no longer need to be stuck, what is it I truly need now? And whatever thought, image, idea comes in, let me know.
Joy.
Joy. Yeah, if you had more joy, you'd have more energy, there'd be more movement, more flow. You'd have more fun when you go networking or making your calls, right? When you write, whatever it is you promote your business, right? More joy. So if we said I am stuck, I want you to embody it as I am joy. So say that, I am joy.
Joy.
Remember to breathe. And I am going to be joy.
And I am going to be joy.
Don't you love it when people say, my God, you're a joy. You are a joy to have around. Oh my gosh. Bring that joy to work. Bring that joy to this meeting. Oh my gosh, you're a joy. I want you standing in the grocery store line next to me, right? I am joy and I'm going to be a joy. And I'm going to do everything in my power.
I'm going to do everything in my power
To create joy in every level of my experience.
To create joy in every level of my experience.
And I'll do all this and more.
And I'll do all this and more.
Until I know myself.
Until I know myself.
As joy.
As joy.
Breathe into that. So you might think about your business and you go, wow, I haven't really been bringing a lot of joy. How could I bring more joy to my business? What can I do to enjoy it more? We were raised with, no one said it was going to be fun. Get your butt to work, girl. Right? Fun's your reward. Joy's your reward. A lie. I was known back when I worked in apartments. I sung in my office, and everybody knew it. They had brought this whole management team and got taken over by a company, and suddenly I'm not alone in my office singing to my clients or whatever. But people started coming in, and I'm like singing, and then I'm like turning on music. We're having dance parties. We did twirling in the office, and no one said, "Get that joy out of here. That's not professional." Our clients would come in and they'd want to get hugs, and they go, "Damn it, Kathryn, I had to hug a customer today because you always hug them." And then they were laughing, right? And I was like, if I can't be in a place that's like that, I'm not going to work there. And so that just became my MO, and nobody ever fought me on it, ever. Okay. So what would it be like? So if you don't know how to be the joy, your command is, I don't know how. I am the embodiment of joy. I only know I am now, and this is going to become your new lens. Okay.
Thank you.
Is that fun?
I felt
Okay.
the stuckness here, and then after that, it went away.
Thank you. Well, we're going to look forward to hearing some wonderful reports. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Y'all are bringing it today. Thank you. Joy, Joan, I'm going to go ahead and tune into you now. If it's all right, I'm going to read your thing. Mired in the muck, similar to story to Sharon. I've lost 60 pounds, now stuck. Slow progress in my business creation. You're needing money, fears about attracting paying clients. And yeah, time to sing Christmas carols like when I was a kid. So we just went through that. What are you aware of now since you wrote that?
Yeah, I still have a lot of heaviness at the back of my neck and my shoulders, and that's really where I felt like I was stuck, like I'm just weighted down.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also this underlying sense of sadness and grief
Yeah.
that is present like all
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. Do you think your clients are going through sadness and grief?
I think the whole world is.
They are. We're mourning. I was at my granddaughter's Christmas fair, and I'm walking around this beautiful school, and the kids were all so excited to see all the teachers and just all the love in that place. And I just started crying, going, there are people that don't want this, right? And but then I had to just say, right now, what I have is right now. So I'm going to enjoy it and really be in the moment and love everything about this, you know. But yeah, so what is your business like in attracting clients? What is your business?
I really want to focus on helping people with self-care and letting go of those emotions, of not taking care of themselves, of loving themselves, of overcoming the emotional components associated with illness and
Yeah.
aging.
Yeah. This would be a time that a lot of people would feel more powerless as they're older. I mean, we aren't as bouncy, right? There's
Mhm.
things that we need to learn. We need to all move fast, right? And there's a lot of judgment. So the thing with being a healer, and I know you're a healer, and guys, if you are on Facebook, be sure and tune into her messages because they're the most loving, honest messages, right? Your healing is what's going to heal people. Your transparency and vulnerability and your ability to be present, and maybe you haven't been quite making the right like it's really moving away from like the signature offer to more like, we want to create a community, let's get together so that we can build, right? But it would be, I would say for you to just be reaching out and finding out what they need and then make an offer around that, right? Because you're afraid to add to their pain by asking for money. That's the fear, right? You don't want to be seen as exploitive, but when at your heart, you're a servant of God. If we were in biblical times, you would be Saint Joan of, insert the place. You would be the wise woman. You would actually be the prophetess Joan, right? Give that a space. The fear and grief you're tapping into through your empathy is theirs. You're actually tuning into your ideal client. So when we would say like that 4-part statement, is this helpful, guys? Thank you for letting me share this. So you could think about that one client that you really want to serve, right? And I wanted to say her name's Mary, but you know the name, right? And it could be the old guy Bill, who's really lonely and he is feeling vulnerable and never learned how to build a community, right? But right now, it could be, and just stay with me and notice I'm doing this as I'm tuning you into you emotionally. Mary is grieving and feels burdened. Breathe in. And Mary is going to feel burdened and in grief for a long time. Mary's going to do everything in her power to keep creating and recreating this deep feeling of grief and the burden of life. And she's going to do all this and more until she no longer needs to be in this grief. Breathe in. Tuning into your heart, you could think about what that client needs. And this is what I'm thinking about you guys. This is how I think about it. So tune in, and what is the word that comes up when you go, what is it she really needs?
Love.
Love. I'm going to add a word to that. Mary is worthy of love. Because when we get older, we think about our usefulness attached to our youthfulness, right? And our productivity, especially we were raised as worker bees. Mary is worthy of love. And Mary's going to experience worthiness of love. And Mary is now doing everything in her power to create an atmosphere that creates even greater feelings of her worthiness to be loved and to give love. And she'll do all this and more until she absolutely knows herself as one who is worthy of love. Breathe into that. Now notice what you're getting in your feedback system called your body and your emotions. What are you noticing, Joan?
I'm lighter around the shoulder and the neck, but I'm feeling it more in the jaw and the face, like I can't speak.
That's
that.
right. So it's still coming in. Energetically, teeth weapon represent wealth. So, but there could be can't speak or whatever. You would actually do additional if you're going, okay, I'm noticing this. Oh, she can't speak. Mary can't speak. She's not going to speak. Do everything in her power to keep from speaking, right? Because she's not worthy, right? And then you would keep checking back both back and forth. But I want to ask you a question. Of the two, if you're thinking about your client, the people you're born to serve, your soulmate clients, how could you help them better? Like of course, we're going to have empathy and understanding, but if you're in grief with them, can you take them out? Or if you're witnessing their greatness and their worthiness, which one do you think they're going to be more attracted to?
Yeah, that second one, to see them at that elevated frequency
Right.
and in that love.
That's right. And they need to be reminded of what's possible, to believe it, to know why you believe it's possible for them, and then how you're going to get there with them. Right. Number one, we're going to triage. I really want to be present to you and hear what you're about, because no one's heard, right? Then we're going to deal with whatever emotions are up to help you get balanced and in a more resourceful state. Right. Then from this resourceful state, we're going to get a vision. We're going to tap into your creative genius based on all your experience. But there's a lot of opportunities now for people like you. So let's tap into our greater intelligence, right? And then we're going to create an action plan, right? And then my job is to help support you in the actions that you want to take. That could be a 6-week program. That could be an easy 3-month program, right? Do you think you could have a conversation like that?
I think so, yes. I know so.
Yeah.
I know so.
Aren't you glad we record these?
Yes.
So
Yes.
through you processing your grief, you kind of got stuck in it like they did. But now you're realizing, hey, there are some steps to get out, and you have a ton of tools.
Yes, I do.
You have is your loving heart. And when we witness something in somebody, that becomes enlivened in them. And that part shows up, right? The master in you greets the master in them.
Yes.
Oh. I bet you want to jump off and go contact all these people. That's okay if you need to, if you're inspired. But we'll do a command around. I don't know how I am that beacon that is attracting my ideal clients now. I only know I am, and I am fulfilled. Okay? Woo!
It's so huge. It's so huge.
How's that? Now, what are you noticing in your body, around your mouth?
I feel much more present and in my body, and not disconnected from it, and much more aware of my own energy flowing.
Yes. Oh, perfect. All right. Thank you so much.
Oh,
You
thank you.
so
Thank
vulnerable,
you.
so loving. Oh my goodness. I just witness your greatness. I really do. You're just amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It takes one to see one.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
Okay. We have got about 10 minutes, so I think I'm gonna check in. I see Larry, and I don't know if we have anybody else. Larry, I just want to check in with you, and then I'm going to try to check back with Leslie. I think we have some folks that are on the phone. All right. Mr. Larry, how are you?
Much better. Fantastic today.
I was like, I honestly didn't know what we were going to talk about when I got on today.
No, this has been a great call. It's super timely in terms of what we've navigated through already today.
Yeah.
And it's super bonus of being on the call today and really noticing what's coming up and what's so timely right now to experience.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, for me, I'm challenged with having consistency in terms of sleep and waking up refreshed. And that basically I'm not pulling my full weight if I'm feeling really dragged out. And with inconsistent sleep patterns.
Okay.
And I'll have a good night last night, but the next night it's like I'm up 3 or 4 in the morning and I'm not getting back to sleep and I'm just dogging it.
I think you're tracking consciousness, but also there is I know that you're a spiritual master. You are big energy and you are processing a lot of emotions. If you're in that 3 or 4 emotion hour, that is your liver. And your liver's going, I need more energy right here. So I'm gonna just I want to be present to your body. Is that okay for just a minute?
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you. I just want to thank you. And yeah, there is an overload because your liver third eye is blown open. So I want to balance. Actually, I'm seeing to balance your third eye and your solar plexus right now. And if I can do that right now, with your permission, and anybody else is feeling like they're doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and invite you to join in. And we always balance with our heart. And I'm just having a conversation with your liver. I see you. I'm interested in you. Thank you. Thank you. I know you're feeling overloaded and overwhelmed, and you're asking for help. Yeah, this is what's coming through. And yet you have this identity of being the helper. So I don't know how I am regulated on all levels of my physical being. I only know my energy body, my physical body, my spiritual body, all 7 levels of my physical. I'm just talking this through. Because all of a sudden everybody's going me, me, me. So I don't know how on every level of my experience and my existence, I am completely balanced, operating at optimal levels. Took me to your throat chakra. Noradrenaline, serotonin levels are out of whack. So I don't know how my noradrenaline and serotonin levels are balanced. Yeah. Ugh. I only know they're balanced now, and I am fulfilled. I don't know. Here's your command. I don't know how my sleep and my rest are multiplied. I only know I awaken completely refreshed and ready to face the day now, and I am fulfilled.
You're using the word multiplied?
Yeah, my sleep is multiplied.
I've
Somebody
never heard
said
that.
that.
I never, what do you mean by that?
I learned that way back in church when we would have a late church service and the kids had to be in bed at 8 and nobody was getting home 10. They'd say, Lord, multiply these children's sleep. So it would be like if they're sleeping 1 hour, it's like they're sleeping 4, right? So my sleep is multiplied. So whatever, it's exponential, right? So you wake up, awakened, refreshed, you got all the rest you needed. But I learned that phrase, it stuck in my subconscious mind. The way I broke myself of waking up at night, and I still have, because I'm balancing some, everything's balancing. So I say, oh, are we awake? Is it time to get to work now? Let's get to work. And suddenly I'm like, well, I don't know. But make sure I get a drink of water. I stretch. What's woken me up? I do a moment of, work, and then I go back to sleep. But I'm not fighting the fact that I'm awake. I'm not judging myself. Okay. So I don't know how my sleep is multiplied. I only know it is now, and I am fulfilled. We did have an imbalance in the noradrenaline, serotonin that's in the thyroid area, but also your third eye was blown wide open, and your body was trying to process everything. So you're going to allow the right information to arrive at the right time. And you will take action on information, on whatever information, right? because that's part of what's waking you up, is you're kind of hoarding information and it's not processing through. Does that make sense? It's like
Sure, it
just
does.
getting overload.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what's happening.
Thank you.
Thank
Very
you.
powerful.
Thank
Mhm.
you. All right. Move pin. I'm gonna make sure everybody's muted. And if I did not get you, I apologize, but we are kind of at the end of our time, but I do want to just walk us up for one last command, because now you have a greater awareness of whatever it is that you want to create, attract, or manifest. There could be the command that I gave you. So we're just going to go ahead and close our eyes. We're very grounded already. Remember to be in your body. Just feel your connection to the earth and the earth's connection to you. And just allow that earth energy to come up through your feet, into your hips, into your back, your shoulders. And I want to invite you to become aware of this pole of light that is your connection to source. It's coming down through the top of your head. And just feel that coming right down through your body. I'm going to mute everybody. Here we go. And now bring your attention to your heart as you align to your intention. Close your eyes, roll your eyes up as if you're trying to look up through the top of your head. Send your consciousness up, up, up that pole of light. The higher you go, the faster you go. And soon you find yourself in the velvety black void of space. Break through the darkness into the light of pure, open potential. Eyes still up. You can say it out loud or silently. I don't know how and then state your command. I only know it is so now, and I am fulfilled. Let your eyes relax and let that expand out to an idea even greater that serves more good in its fulfillment. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And now just allow yourself to come back down into your body in this field of gratitude and appreciation. You've already prepared the way. And now just feel yourself coming back down into your body. And now we're just going to let that old energy, that old programming start to unwind, unwind, unwind. Even the shame, even regret, even resentment. Let all that just unwind, unwind, unwind. Oh, remember to breathe. And now as we begin to receive and make our command active and alive within us, we're going to rewind, rewind, rewind. And then bring your attention back to your heart. And just check back in as you think about that command. Think back about that situation that you were commanding for, or that outcome you wanted to manifest or create. What do you know now that you didn't know before? And just when you're in that awareness, now you can go ahead and open your eyes. You might make some notes. We always say the seventh step is taking action. So you might say, okay, now I know this. What action should I take in order to help manifest this? And sometimes it's something as silly as go for a walk, take a nap, clean your room, make a phone call. It could be something really small, but take that action as quickly as possible. Okay. How's that feeling? Thank you so much. I'm checking in with my other slides right quick. All right. Was this helpful today? I appreciate you so much. At the time of this recording, it's December 17th. I am going to be hosting a call at the same time on Christmas Eve. I just want us to be together and celebrate together. And if we need help or support, of course, but I really want to bring some celebration. So bring your tinsel, bring your silly hat, whatever it is. Let's bring some holiday joy, and whatever your tradition is, please bring the gifts of your tradition with you. Okay. So until next time, my love, this is Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach. I witness your mastery. Bye bye, everybody.